What's up, everyone? It's Autumn and Phil, and we're back for Cape Talk episode 17. Can you believe it?
17.
And it's a great one. We've been looking forward to this crossover for a long time.
Yeah, seriously.
So we're gonna be discussing Arrow, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, 4 nights, 4 shows, 4 hours.
What was it? 4 nights? It's 2 nights.
2 nights. Yes.
4 hours, 4 shows. What was it? Crisis on Earth X.
Yep.
So
and spoilers, we're going to be discussing everything. It's a little bit early. It's only been not even 24 hours.
No,
so there's bound to be a lot of you not caught up.
No, I'm sure you haven't, because 4 hours of television is a lot these days.
Longer than a movie.
Yeah, seriously, and it felt like 2 parts of a movie.
It really did. Yeah.
And it was very enjoyable. I'm glad it broke it up the way they did. Like, I wasn't, like, prepared to spend an hour for, like, 4 days in a row. I don't think I would have wanted that. So.
No.
So 2 hours and 2 hours, I was like, okay, cool.
The commercial breaks felt like shorter and more frequent. I don't know why. Maybe it was just because I was like pretty excited, but I like the way that it sounds so minuscule, but I think they broke it up, the breaks, well. Like no commercial break felt like, oh damn, you know what I mean?
That's fair. I really haven't noticed because some of it I had DVR'd and I just fast forward through the thing. Yeah. So yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because I think the ratings came in and they're like really high. So I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if they got a lot of ad money. Yeah. That they didn't need a lot of commercial breaks.
Yeah.
So,
well, they had to pay for all those effects somehow. Shit.
And the people. And
oh my god.
Yeah.
The Ray was like, oh, he looked awesome.
That the ending fight scene. I know we're getting way ahead of ourselves, but the ending fight scene with everybody doing their thing, I was like, yo. Oh, and that Supergirl stuff.
It was impressive. Damn. The choreography, like straight. Like impressive.
It was like enjoyable as hell. Like I can't like.
Just like a movie, like the production value itself was lower, but they made it work.
Yeah, like I feel like since we've seen these shows for so many seasons, is like. Well, a lot of the time when I'm watching it, I'm messing around my phone. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm not like I'm paying attention, but not like glued to it. I was glued to this whole thing. I'm like, this is like really good. Yeah. So, I mean, let's just dive right in.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way it opened, the way, you know, everyone's talking about, oh, did we RSVP? It was really funny. It started off on a really lighthearted, fun
note. Yeah, because we're getting the wedding finally. Woo,
and it was a good way for people who aren't, you know, don't know all the characters to kind of get a sense of what each show is about really quickly.
That's, like, my biggest praise for this whole crossover, because I don't watch Supergirl, and I haven't really started Legends of Tomorrow this season, so I've been only watching Flash and Arrow. And they did a great job of like giving the bullet points of every show. Like, okay, this is what you need to know. Yeah. This is Supergirl. This is her sister. This is what they've been up to. You know. And the same thing with Legends and Flash and Arrow. Right. Like they were like, oh yeah, by the way, this is happening. This is happening. So you're like, oh okay, I'm not lost. Right. So I was like really happy about that because that was something I was like kind of wary about because I'm like, do I really need to watch Supergirl? Because I don't. So. But you always tell me to watch Supergirl anyway.
It's pretty good, yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of television.
I mean, she just has some really cool abilities, you know, and they show up great on screen.
I mean, the little bit I've seen of it, like, I enjoyed it because I like the actress.
When she clapped her hands, yo, did you catch that?
Oh, I was like,
yo.
I had to rewind that because I'm like, wait a second. I rewound them, like, oh, wow, okay, cool.
Damn, I was like, woo, that was awesome.
Yeah, so like you said, like, we're getting into Barry and Iris's wedding, and, you know, we jump around from group to group to be like, oh, did you RCP? Did you do this? Whatever. So, yeah, everyone pretty much congregates.
Within the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's like congregates to Earth 1 to go to this church, and they're going to have their wedding.
Rehearsal dinner first. So
oh yeah, that's right.
They're meeting Star Labs, and I liked how like there was no separation between like we already know everyone knows each other. Like Cisco is working on how to separate Firestorm already, and like you know Killer Frost and Heatwave are like interacting. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was like kind of just like seamless and like natural. And I really like that.
Like oh, can I bring my sister? I don't have. Yeah. And they're like, oh, what happened to Mon-El or whatever? Yeah. And they're like. Yeah, long story. Yeah. Yeah, he's married or whatever. So, like, can I bring my sister? And they're like, of course you can. Yeah. So, it was like, it's cool that they brought those people in. I know you're upset that, like, Martian Manhunter wasn't around.
Like, where was he, though?
He was on Earth, whatever Earth she's from.
Like, yo, how are you going to have Nazis attack and not have, like, the strongest dude, like, around? Like, what?
I mean, we get to that a little bit. Because there's, like some random things. I was like, that's kind of random. Like I saw on the posters and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be interesting when that finally comes around.
Yeah.
And when it finally did, I was like,
that poster
okay.
was like just. I feel like it was like meant to just like ode to the comics. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it really had much to do with like what that was actually about.
Yeah, because it was kind of misleading. Because I was just like, oh, wasn't that supposed to? Okay, never mind. So yeah, we got the rehearsal dinner. I completely missed the rehearsal dinner. And
just like Alex and Sarah did. They completely missed the rehearsal dinner.
I mean, they were there, and then we don't know what happened. So that was interesting. Like, yeah, because they were talking about like Ollie and Felicity and their whatever.
Yeah,
and,
how Ollie got. I cringed in that moment.
Yeah.
I cringed. Oh my god, when Felicity out loud was like, "No, I will not marry you."
She would do that too. I'm like, it's too CW. Like,
yeah.
Who does that in real life? But like, yeah, she would do that in real life.
And I thought the scene between them two, like, Stephen Amell isn't the best actor. We all love him. We love you, but like, sorry, bruh. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you make it work because like you're Stephen Amell, but like.
I will commend because the reason people love Felicity is because the chemistry between the actors is like really there. Yep. Like they really like enjoy themselves with each other, and it's like. And I don't know, it's just, and you can see it in the first few seasons of Arrow, but then when they kind of like threw it down your throat, it was just like, no.
Right. But that scene where she's ascribing to him, how she doesn't want to get married, and she's kind of stuttering, the classic awkward Felicity girl who had the red pen from season 1, like, that's what that scene reminded me of. Sorry if I have coffee breath, by the way, I don't know.
It's fine.
But, like, how she was so awkward and, like, she, like, stuttered, you know what I mean, back in season 1. Like, that was the vibe I got when she was trying to explain to him, like, why she didn't want to marry him, Because, like, it was kind of like, no, wait, I mean, yes, no. And it was just, like, really adorable. But when she, like, turned him down, and he that was a good acting moment for him, because he was, like, so naturally taken aback and, like, didn't know how to act, but, like, totally, like, played it off like Batman
and completely,
would.
Like, I feel like he was so embarrassed, too. Like, you could see it in his face. Like, it wasn't blatant. Yeah. Like, he wasn't, like, beat red or anything like that, but... Like, he was kind of, like, holding everything.
I know, yeah.
I don't know if he wanted to cry. I was like, is he going to cry or something?
I know. I thought it. And then she kind of, like, leaves him. She, like, touches his chest, and she's like, I'm just going to go now. Like, I'm like, oh.
There was some interesting themes. Like, that was one, like, do you need to be married sort of thing. Like, I love you, and we don't need to be married. It's just paper or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then he felt differently. And it was, like, an interesting, like, dynamic. And then with... Alex and the whole Maggie thing with the kids. Like I don't want Supergirl, but I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And she walked away from that relationship because she wanted kids, but Maggie didn't.
Right.
So these are very interesting.
They're really
things.
good.
I was like, oh,
themes, yeah. And I liked how, because at first I was like, oh, they just made them have like sex because like they're like the two like lesbians on the show. But it actually had a deeper relationship back in the second part. When her and Sarah identify over the fact of like they both could lose their sisters and like relationships that couldn't work out. With Sarah and Nyssa, and like I really liked how they were able to connect in a level that like wasn't just about the one.
There was a reason for it,
right?
Like, oh, they didn't just hook up because they were two.
There's a reason
people.
They're attracted to each other and connected, so I really enjoyed that. So I'm interested to see where that takes Alex. I know you don't watch Supergirl, but
I will say it's a good job of them because like it made me want to watch Supergirl too. I was like, oh man, I kind of would love to be like the in. Like I want to know, I want to be in on this too. Like I don't know what's really going on, but yeah, like you said, like it's interesting to see where they go. It's at the end. Alex did say like, no, she's just gonna move on from Maggie. So I'm like, well, good for you. If like, it's hard because again,
I love how you even know like who Maggie is after this.
Because he literally kept saying Maggie. So I'm like, okay, Maggie. It's like, oh yeah, I have my own Maggie on my or whatever. So it's like, okay, Maggie. And I watched Walking Dead because Maggie was a big part of that show. So
stuck with you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting because like she didn't like compromise or she didn't like take her how she really felt. And like put it to the side,
right?
You know what I mean? And it's just like it's interesting because like getting deep, not get too deep on the whole thing, but it's just like people go through that all the time. Oh, you love this person, you're like kind of perfect for each other, but that one thing, do I want to get married? Do I want to have kids? This and that.
Like you're gonna like Supergirl because they go over that a lot.
Yeah. Okay, but it's really interesting. I was like, oh shit, okay, like that. I could use a lot more of that. Like that's really interesting.
That's absolutely.
How they handled it well. Like I was afraid that they would just be like, oh well, I'm just gonna go back to Maggie and whatever. I'm not gonna keep my beliefs. You know what I mean? Like I was afraid of that, or the marriage thing. You know, even though that was a little forced. I feel a little bit forced when she finally came around. Like, you know what? Yeah, I'll marry you.
We're gonna interrupt Barry and Iris' thing again, and I'm gonna marry you.
Oh, I tweeted out when it happened. I said, well, if I was Iris, I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
This is my moment.
Interrupted by fucking Nazis. Interrupted by Felicity screaming at first, and then interrupted again. Yeah. Oh
I tweeted that out. I'm like, if I was Iris, and her face, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but like the actress who plays Iris was like really. Like, her face said, like, really? Mm-hmm. Like, you're doing this, really? Because you're like, okay, yeah, here's my vows. Oh, yeah, cool. And they're like, wait, let's get married, too. I'm like, bitch, go.
Kanye moment.
You're like, yo, tomorrow you can do this shit. You have the guy all the time. Yeah. Like, Diggle's doing it. You have him, like, you go home and do this.
Poor Diggle didn't get to be in it at all.
But it was nice, because it makes sense for story-wise, because of his whatever, his arm. But it was a nice touch, like, oh, Diggle! And it was sad, because, like, I kind of forgot he was on the show. Because he was there, I'm like, oh, shit, where was Diggle this whole time? I don't know, he kind of felt out of place, I don't know.
Yeah. It was very power-centric, you know?
I mean, they had the other people, like, the Arrow crew, I'm, like, rubbing my eyes today. The Arrow crew was there for, like... A little bit. And that was, like, it for the story, the plot-wise, it made sense. Alex's sister was there, that made sense. It's fine. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, no, I'm here for my sister. I'm going in. Sure. Like, you didn't need Diggle there. Like, he didn't really need to be there.
Yeah, it was forced. We've already seen him interact with a lot of these heroes anyway.
Yeah. Because he was in the first two. So he didn't need to be in this one.
And Kid Flash, I mean, he wasn't in it at all.
Oh, what happened to him?
But he went to protect everyone. He, like, kept everyone safe, I thought. At least that was what they said. They're like, no, it's your job to protect someone or something.
Oh, was he just there to protect the city while they went and do that stuff? I don't know. He was there for the first hour.
And he killed it in the first hour.
And he left, and he bounced.
He was doing all sorts of awesome moves.
I completely forgot about him.
That should be his fighting style moving forward, because that worked.
Oh, that was really well done.
Oh,
He was like, and then throw the bullet.
And it separates him from Barry. You know, like, Barry doesn't have those moves.
No, Barry can't fight. You know, Barry can't fight.
So for Kid Flash, I think that's a great, and you're taking it. Keenan Lonsdale's an amazing dancer. It was like watching Michael Jackson fucking catch bullets. Like, that was dope as shit.
Yeah, I mean, that was interesting, because I completely forgot about him too. Like, they juggled everyone well, but then, like, it was so well that the people that were not there or were barely there didn't notice. You know what I mean? Because they just went, keep going. So, yeah, so the wedding is happening, and we had that moment and you wrote something about it, and that person never showed up again. The person at the wedding, the woman, who was like... Donna,
well, not necessarily, but...
But, like, she was like, oh, I wanted to be here or something, and then Barry was like, do I know you? And they were like, I forget what she said.
She was like, it's going to be a wedding for the ages. And then she said, and then Barry was like, and then she was like, I'm a stranger to you now, or something.
She's from the future then.
You're right.
Okay. She's his kid?
Well, it's either his, people are theorizing it's either Don Allen, his child, because they tease the Tornado Twins and that mumbo-jumbo Barry was experiencing when the Thinker originally fucked with him. Or people are thinking it's Jenny, which is Barry's son's daughter.
So his granddaughter. Okay. Because the only comics I know is, like, Wally's kids. But Wally is nowhere near that, so it's like, okay.
Yeah, Dawn and Don are, like, the Tornado Twins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're Barry and Iris's kids. But, it's just interesting because if they're doing that with her, it's almost like they're, like, reversing the Impulse thing, where, like, Impulse came back to the first generation, you know what I mean, to the present or whatever. But in this case, it's Dawn or Jenny. You know what I mean? It's not Impulse. So maybe she'll end up being Impulse or something? I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. But she's definitely going to play... I thought she would play a factor in this crossover, but I guess they'll save it for Flash. So, like that, and then that's when the Nazis show up.
And then we learn Eobard Thawne from Earth.
Oh, man, that's
fucking
so dumb.
damn it, why? I mean, they did need him. Barry needed a speedster to go up against.
Yeah, but you could have had... Like I told you this off camera, like, yesterday or something. I was just like, they could have literally explained it any other way. It could have been an evil Barry. It could have been an evil Wally. It could have been another evil Eobard Thawne, but not the Eobard Thawne.
Yeah, why didn't they just have Evil Barry? Yeah.
Why couldn't it just have
they did Evil Barry last year, that's why.
Why couldn't it actually be like a Harrison Wells, but the evil Harrison Wells would turn into a speedster? Why couldn't they have just done that, you know?
Evil Wally would have been cool, because then we could have seen Wally, like, in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, instead of, like, 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah. Instead of, what's the actor's name? Doing double
But, you know, what it does do is I think we're going to be talking a lot more about the Speed Force this season and, you know, what it can do, what its purpose is, the kind of philosophy behind it. And it does, Eobard Thawne being alive still, the Reverse Flash still in play, it does kind of signify just how, you know, deep that connection goes, you know, the true power of speedsters, which at the core is...
I mean, in the... true power of time travel, apparently, because he's alive, and he was like, they're like, how are you alive? I killed you like 3 times, and they were like, and he's just like, time travel, and we're like, yeah, it's like pretty much. I mean, maybe makes no sense, but
it has something to do with like what the Black Flash did with his soul after or something.
I like I told you, it's like he's probably just from another time.
Yeah,
like he's probably from a time before his death. Mm-hmm. So you gotta like keep killing him, I guess. I don't know.
But he has the knowledge, though. So of Wells, you know what I mean?
I mean, he always will because he was the Wells for so long.
Yeah, but if it was before, okay, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't want that.
I was trying to write a story on like how he's still alive, and I'm like, I don't even know if I can.
No, you can't. Like to try to explain that, it makes no sense. Like you have to go back to the explanation they gave from when he first came back, and it's pretty much that same principle.
Right.
But even then, it's just like, I don't understand.
So, like, the Legends, him dying on the Legends is basically irrelevant.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and then it goes back to, like, how, you know, the Flashpoint, Barry let him go.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. But that made more sense. Like I said, like, well, that makes more sense because he went back in time to change things. Mm-hmm. So him being alive again made sense because he changed everything.
Right.
So that makes way more sense.
Mm-hmm. Because in essence, Dawn killed Barry's mother again, and he was like, "Oh, something's gonna be different," and like you don't know what.
Yeah, like it could be like what's his name, Eddie, from the first season never goes to Central City.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And he never killed himself.
Exactly.
Like it could have been something like that.
Yeah,
it literally could have been like that.
Yeah. That's the answer. Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I'll just go with that.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Yeah.
So like the Nazis come in, like they tease like Earth X real quick, but we only have the masked people, and then they show up and wreck the place. Mm-hmm. And then I think Supergirl is the first one who gets. Well, like Supergirl like goes after the other Supergirl and takes her away, and we're all like, oh shit. And then the big fight happens, and
the initial fight they retreat of what?
Because Supergirl stops Earth X Supergirl. Mm. And then I think she's, maybe because of the sickness or whatever she has, kind of weakened her, and they were like, okay, let's just go back.
Yeah.
So pretty much like, okay, now they know, and they're like, okay, what's up with this stuff, and who are these people? And I forgot who, was it Harrison Wells, the second one?
Who explained how Earth X, what it is, 53rd Earth, that no one wants to talk about because it's so horrible.
Yeah, the Nazis win, so the place is Nazis. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And then, so, Vibe gets knocked out. Mm-hmm. So he gets taken off. Battle. Yeah, so he gets taken off the board for like an episode or two, which makes sense because like if you had Vibe vibing you anywhere, it's just like, okay, let's go to Earth X.
I love when he vibed Arrow up, you know.
Oh, in that fight scene was cool.
Oliver was like, I need a vibe. Like, I need a breach or something.
I think he said vibe. He said vibe. And then he walked in and he came out the other side and, like, kicked the guy or whatever. I was like, ooh, okay, cool.
I don't like how people call Cisco, not vibe.
Oh, in battle? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, Cisco's a good name, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Vibe is just like, vibe.
Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about?
Vibe.
Yeah.
It's like, it can mean anything. Mm-hmm. You want me to vibrate through this wall? Okay, let me do that. It's like, no, I'm talking vibe over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then what happens next?
Then the episode ends, and then it picks up back with How
did the first episode end? Just ends like that? Mm-hmm. Right? Them leaving, and they're like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah, because the wedding takes up about 45 minutes of that episode. And then we're left with that and the introductions, and then how do we learn? We learned on the going back to the other Earth that like Supergirl and Arrow were a couple.
No, we learn. Oh, we as the viewers, again? Maybe.
We learned first, yeah.
Because
and then they explain why they're there.
Because I remember the when Supergirl flashed the part where Stephen Amell comes in on his bike and comes out like...
That's way later.
But that's the second episode.
No.
Yeah.
That's no.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Because I told you that yesterday. That was like my favorite part. That was episode 2.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
That's when they find out.
That's when they unmask themselves and they see that's the evil
You're right.
doppelganger.
You're right.
So
yeah.
I don't remember when that happens. Probably after we learn who they are, and then we find out they kiss right in front of them. We're like, oh.
And the episode ends with everyone like in an internment camp.
Yeah.
That's how it ends.
That's how it ends.
So,
but that's the battle where they capture her.
Right.
Supergirl, I mean. Yeah.
Right, and they get that prism thing that we learn can like turn into a nuclear bomb or whatever.
Is that what they were using it for? I don't recall.
Yeah.
I thought they were using
like
it
replicate, Hitler.
I thought they were using it to power their Wave Rider.
Maybe I don't know.
I don't remember now.
I thought it was to use I thought it was like to make a bomb.
All right, you could just tell us in the comment section if we're totally wrong.
Yeah,
but
that was unclear though.
That was unclear for a long
unclear.
time. I feel like they did mention it, like what they were using
because
it for,
I thought
but really
said
offhand.
that they want to replicate the red sun. I thought I heard that.
They did because they want to do the surgery. But
right.
Why would they need the prism? Maybe
was
that's why they need it.
Was the prism related to the surgery though? I don't think so.
I don't think it was. I thought it was for the Wave Rider.
Right.
But I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the Wave Rider doesn't show up until the last episode.
I just thought they had a Wave Rider. I didn't read too much into that. Like I just thought they just had one,
It's like from where though? It's like
They somehow Rip Hunter got one, so I don't know where he got that motherfucker, but like.
But yeah, like so yeah, we get the showdown between the 6 of them, I guess, and Ollie has a kryptonite arrow. Because they like, oh, you don't have nothing. It's not gonna hurt me, and it hurts her. And then Kara goes, Kara goes, why do you have a kryptonite arrow?
In case an evil you shows up.
Like, in case an evil you shows up. Look at.
How did he get it though? That's what I'm curious about.
It's gonna be kryptonite on that world.
On Earth-1?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so.
How?
There's gotta be a Superman. There's like they said, there's a Krypton in every world.
So how did he get it? This still doesn't answer.
I mean, we don't know.
That's one of the interesting questions, I think.
Well, they knew about he knew about the Kryptonian weakness from where though? One of the crossovers? Last year's?
Yeah, I'm assuming, yeah.
It must have been last year's crossover.
I just want to know how he acquired it.
Bruce Wayne, I don't know.
Ray Palmer, I don't know.
Bruce Wayne just like, here you go.
Yeah.
You're gonna need this.
Yeah.
I mean, they confirmed Batman's in his world, so why can't Superman be?
Yeah.
So we get the fight. Kara gets taken out, and they take her away, and yeah, right?
No, they all get taken away.
Oh
well, Kara gets taken to Star Labs in Earth-1. The rest get taken to Earth-X in an internment camp. So they're like separated.
So there's another battle then. Because they had the 6 of them, the 3 and the 3. And they must have had another fight because... Yeah. Because where were they fighting, though?
In that street, I thought.
All of them, you think?
No, not all the heroes. Just the 3 main.
Yeah, but then how they get taken to the internment camp? Because Alex was in the internment camp.
And White Canary and everyone.
Yeah. Damn, I don't remember now.
There's so much fighting.
There's a lot going on.
There was so much fighting. Like,
and it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, they get taken away.
Yeah.
Nazi Ollie goes into Star Labs and beats the crap out of all of the vigilantes. Puts them into the Star Labs, cells, so they have no power. The only ones not there are Iris and Felicity. Because they're the ones that end up breaking them out in like the 3rd episode or whatever.
Right.
So Harrison Wells goes to Star Labs. It's like, oh, I remember this place. And then, they got taken away to the internment camp. So they got taken to Earth-X.
And that's when everything just starts spiraling out of
That's
control.
when it really like ramps up.
It really ramps up when Captain Cole comes through, yo. Oh my God! And the Ray.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's crazy because I didn't even think that was the Ray when they point him out.
Oh, me either. I was
didn't
like,
know
who
that
the
was
fuck is that guy?
I know, it's like, they
Yeah.
keep referring to him, they keep pointing to him, like...
But then I remember looking at set photos, and I'm like, oh, okay, he's familiar.
No, I didn't get that at all.
Mm.
But, yeah, we get Captain Lance as a Nazi general guy, and, like, yeah, he's about to kill everybody, and that's when Captain Cold shows up. It's Leo in this world.
Ew, I know.
Leo, not Leonard. It's
Mhm.
Leo. And, yeah, and we found out that he's the lover of the Ray.
So does that mean he's going to be in the animated series?
I don't know what they're doing with that.
Yeah.
Is that out already?
No.
You sure?
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
Because, I guess not, because he stood behind.
Yeah.
So, like, it's interesting because
Oh,
the Ray...
yeah.
Because the Ray is from our Earth,
Mhm.
but somehow got to that world.
We don't really know how.
They never
yet.
explained that.
Mhm.
So, yeah, they get away. The Ray comes through. Leonard comes through. Leo comes through. Ray gets his powers.
Mhm.
They take the dampers off, and he helps them get away.
Mhm.
So they end up going to... I don't know what the guy from Supergirl is.
Win.
Yeah, so
He's leading the resistance.
Yeah, he's
well,
leading the
it's funny
resistance.
because you know how Guardian actually got killed, like
Oh, in the beginning.
yeah, and it was really symbolic. He had like the American flag, like shield or whatever. I thought that was a pretty cool nod.
Yeah.
But him, Guardian, and Win are actually partners on Supergirl.
Mm.
He's like the man in the truck kind of a deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I loved White Canary's fingerless glove joke.
For who?
When he's like, she like made fun of his fingerless gloves.
Who wins fingerless gloves? That's
Yeah.
funny.
But yeah, he's all pissed. He's like wants to close the breach back to Earth-1 or whatever.
Yeah, so pretty much he's gonna kill not kill everyone in the thing, but if he closes the breach, they can obviously go back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they had a fight with him for a bit, and they finally convinced him, "Well, we're just gonna go in."
Right.
But then he said, "You only got an hour before I unleash the weapon."
Yeah.
So they go in. It's funny because they had Steven didn't know how to play the Nazi version of himself because the Nazi version of himself was still on Earth-1.
Right.
Because he went to get something.
He was there for his girl.
But she wasn't there. Oh, they were there.
Mm-hmm.
All of them were there. That's right. They were on Earth-1 because that's where they were to have the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we find out also that Supergirl is dying, like you said, because apparently too much solar radiation.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but
I mean, I'm not a big Superman person, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't happen.
maybe
it doesn't
on
matter.
Earth X it's different.
Maybe their sun is different.
Or maybe all the weapons that they've been building, you know what I mean, to like defeat the whole world, like has the too much solar radiation or something.
I never figured that he would have too much. Like you could have too much.
Yeah.
Like if there was a red sun or there was like kryptonite poisoning or something, that was like okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Kryptonite poisoning, whatever. But no, too much sun. And we found out later on that if they don't do something about it, she's gonna explode.
And I don't understand why it's her heart. Like, why does she need Supergirl's heart, like, specifically? You know what I mean?
I guess to pump more blood.
Yeah.
Or not poisoned blood.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe that Supergirl is born with, like, a different weakness or something. You know what I mean?
Possibly. But it's just like, I don't know, it just felt weird. Like,
because they kept referring to her as, like, a Kryptonian, like, main Supergirl, and it's like, well, you don't consider this Supergirl Krypton? You know what I mean? But then they have the Kryptonite era. It just wasn't making any...
And it made no sense to me, like, again, like, I'm pretty sure Superman can't be hurt by too much sun.
Yeah.
Like, it'll only make him stronger.
Yeah.
Like, if he's storing all that energy in him, it's like, okay, it's only going to make him stronger.
Yeah.
But whatever, I don't know. Like you said, maybe on that Earth is different.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so we get that whole thing. We get the infiltration of, Ollie in there. And it was interesting because they brought in Felicity from that Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh, yeah, go ahead, kill her. Of course, he doesn't do it.
Right.
And then his cover's blown, and there's a big fight happening. Then Win doesn't give him the hour. He says, no, I'm sending it now. And that's when we get Red Tornado.
Oh, my God, that was sick.
That was cool, but that was one of the gripes I had was like, okay, this came out of left field, 1. And number 2, on the poster, Red Tornado was in the poster, but on the bad side.
Well, I don't think it was necessarily a bad. I think it was like Earth X, Earth 1. You know what I mean? Because you know how some of the... Because everyone assumed Captain Cole would be kind of evil, but he was really on the opposition, Well,
I thought it was going to be Earth 1.
Right.
Leonard, somehow.
Yeah.
But no, it was Earth X Leonard, who was like really goody.
Dude, he is. Wentworth Miller killed it.
Yeah, he was funny. Like he was like he's obviously like a bad guy on Earth 1, but he's really a good guy in Earth X. And I guess it's just polar opposites.
A good guy with sass, though.
Yeah, he was just like really snarky, but he was a really good guy. Because then when he went to Heat Wave, it was like, yeah, I had one of you in my Earth too, and he died in the fire because he kept trying to save the police.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "What? I would never do that. I'm gonna get sick thinking about it."
Yeah, I don't save pigs. He goes.
Yeah, I died saving pigs, or something like that. So the bad guys are really good guys in this one. So it's pretty funny to see. But like you said, like the Red Tornado coming out, so you have the Ray and the Flash trying to be like, okay, I need to stop him before he gets to the compound. And big fight scene, blah 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 blah. They can't stop him. And then the Ray gets like a good idea. It was like, do your Thunderbolt thing again. So kind of like mixed his light with the lightning bolt, and then like just destroyed him.
Right.
So that was pretty cool. That was well done. Good CGI. And yeah, like I said, the Wave Rider. They get the Wave Rider. They send it back to Earth 1. So they have to go after it.
Right.
So now they're done with Earth X. They go back to Earth 1. They gather everyone together, and they're like ready to go. Because the surgery, a couple of times, the surgery didn't go wrong.
Failed, yeah.
They failed because Felicity cut the power. That was one. The second time was really cool because he was like this and couldn't do anything. And it was actually Ray Palmer holding the thing.
That was dope.
I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, what's going on?
I want to know who thought of that, because that's always a creative way to do something.
Because I was like confused. I was like, what's going on? And they were like, what's wrong? He goes, I don't know. I just can't do it. And then you see the Ray, like, again, good CGI. They put all the money into this one, and he just like
bursts out his hand. Yeah,
that was pretty cool. So they kick him out. They save Kara, and yeah, so they had the final showdown. Earth X. It was crazy because a lot of people died, like civilians.
Yeah.
Like the Earth X Wave Rider comes in, and like Nazis are coming out of it and just shooting people. And you see them falling. I'm like, oh shit, damn.
We forgot to talk about the whole firestorm thing. Like, damn.
Oh, that's right. There's so much going on in this.
It was so. I have to watch the second part again. I had to watch the first part again. I've already watched the first part twice, and I still fucking forgot what happens.
I forgot about the firestorm stuff. Because like it was interesting because last year's crossover, whenever it went, like it was the Arrow's hour or the Flash's hour, it was heavily focused on those characters. This year, it was like a seamless thing, but like they still gave, time to that show. Like Supergirl a little bit because they had a lot of confrontation between Alex and Kara, going back and forth talking about things. The Arrow hour was the whole vigilantes ganging up on Evil Ollie, so you got to see all of them. And then the Flash hour, what did we get in the Flash hour?
The Flash hour was the beginning of the internment stuff. So you get a lot of the Flash and the Ray working together.
That's true. And then in the Legends of Tomorrow was the Firestorm stuff. So yeah, so we'll talk about the Firestorm stuff now.
Yeah, I thought it was a good death. All around. It was sad, but Stein needed to go, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they were sowing the seeds throughout the whole thing, and I'm sure throughout the whole season too.
Of Legends as well. Yeah.
Where it was just like, I need to retire. So they were just talking about all that stuff, and there was a blue liquid that would like, separate them forever or something.
But leave Jackson no powers. And it was actually funny because remember when he like changed the formula so he had to give him like Spider-Man powers, but not like only like he's like, what am I supposed to be, Sticky Man? And it's like, well, you can still stick to the wall. And it's like, yo, bro, like that's not the same as fireballs. Like, but,
yeah, that was pretty funny.
But I'm just wondering how Jax, like, what his place on Legends is going to be now that he's kind of... I'm sure that maybe someone will figure out a way to get him his Firestorm powers back. Or that grandnephew or whatever that's his daughter's son or something. Like, maybe he'll end up being Firestorm one day or something.
I actually was thinking when he went to the family to tell them that he died, I thought, it'd be interesting if his daughter was the one that merged with him.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe they'll find a future version of her in another timeline.
Why another timeline? Why can't they use this timeline?
Well, you know, might fuck things up.
It's already fucked up. She's not supposed to be alive.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I think is interesting.
You make a good point, because it would make sense. Yeah, the legends can just travel,
with
you know,
her.
whatever. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, because she's a time remnant anyway.
Yeah.
Because he fucked with time.
Mm-hmm.
So
aberration.
Sorry, not remnant. Aberration. So I that's what I was thinking, because in the comics he does merge with a woman. It's not Stein's daughter or anything. It's just a random woman.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how that works out.
I also like seeing Stein reunite with Caitlin. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of good pairings that you don't get to see.
Yeah, Iris and Felicity was great.
Yeah, Alex and Sarah.
Mm-hmm. And the legends, the new legend.
Oh, I completely forgot about her.
I know.
I mean, I don't watch the show. I didn't watch the season yet, so I'm like, who the hell is that? Oh, that's Osiris or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what is her powers? Like wind or something? I was like, oh, okay.
Her and Vixen looked great together.
Mm-hmm.
They were killing it. A lot of women.
There was a lot of women in this one.
Because a lot of scenes, and I'm like, oh shit! Like it was like all women kicking ass.
There was a lot of women.
Yeah.
I like Caitlin Killer Frost.
Oh my god, the
icicles. Like she's really cool. Like I'm like. Oh, and that one scene at the end when they're all gathered together, you see her like Iceman from X-Men.
Yo,
she goes on with the slide. I was like, oh shit.
Yo, because like I wasn't expecting her to be one of like the airborne. You know, they had everyone come together, the classic photo lineup or whatever. Who would expect Killer Frost to be airborne in the photo like next to the Ray, like in Supergirl?
And that was so cool. I was like,
she's
damn.
hella powerful.
She's crazy. She's great.
Yeah.
I'm like. I was kind of like torn between like this bipolar thing, but they're making it work.
Yeah, they are. Cause she just like really open. She's like, I turn killer when I get mad and scared, and it's like that's it. It's just like okay, like I kind of
and like I'm glad that they didn't force any like Killer Frost like I don't want to be part of your team or whatever. Yeah. She was just along for the ride and she was fine with it.
Yeah,
I'm like good because we don't need that shit right now.
I love like where does she get these outfits? Like I love that line. Yeah. I'm like.
And they were like, why are you dressed like that? Oh, because, you know, if I have to
because sometimes I turn Killer Frost, like, NBD. Like, sometimes I throw really sharp icicles at people.
Yeah, it's not a big deal, right? Shit.
Yeah.
But I was going to that point out we were there. It was interesting because it was way nitpicky and, like, thinking too much about it. But, like, the Nazis are, like, shooting people and the civilians are going down. And then they just walk slowly while people are dying. I'm like, Flash, no? You want to save anybody? Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's like, because then they look and then they're just walking towards them, but the Flash is walking with them. I'm like, what about you? Like, save the people and you can run back to the line. I don't know. That's the thought that came to my mind. I'm like, no? Okay.
You know what scene we're forgetting about?
What?
That one where it's in part 2 where, like, you said they're outside. You're like, how did they get to the internment camp or whatever? It's the scene where they have that half-made building that's all scaffolding.
Oh, that's right. And that's that scene with Ollie getting, like, knocked.
Yeah.
The fuck out.
Did you? That was a little bit of bad CGI, but it was okay with him swinging in between the building.
Oh, I remember.
It looked like he was fucking flying.
Now I remember how they all got knocked out. Because fucking Metallo showed up.
Yo, Metallo, yeah.
That looked bad. I'm sorry.
Seemed a little. The Metallo was a little bit really
like he showed up in Supergirl.
Oh yeah.
But this is not the same Metallo.
No.
I don't know.
But
that was it looked so off-putting. Like it was like clearly CGI. I mean, you can't do nothing about that, but like it didn't look good.
I didn't have any problems with that. I had more problems with like the one thing that stuck out with me was like the CGI with Oliver swinging between in that scaffolding or whatever. He didn't look like he was swinging. He looked like he was just flying or jumping.
It looked like he was just gliding through the air.
Which is fine because it was still cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I loved how Citizen Steel catches
Supergirl.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. It's only right that
a man of steel catches the girl of steel. I'm like,
I know.
I was corny, but
his
like
character's great though.
No, his character's really good.
Yeah.
I like his character. It was so good. Like this whole thing was like well done, and like last year was good. But, like, I had my problems with it, but I was like, okay, this is a pretty good thing.
I would say if people who didn't really like Justice League a lot, I thought this crossover was amazing.
Yeah, like, this was like an episode of Justice League Unlimited or something. Where just, like, all these characters, and they're all fighting these big bad guys.
Can you think of any way it could have been better? Because I struggle to be honest.
No, there's really none. Like, there's some nitpicky stuff. Like, okay, yeah, they could have got rid of that. They didn't need that part. Like, that kind of, like I said, the red tornado part was like, it's cool.
I don't know. I like that part.
It was cool, but, like, thinking about it, like, there was no, like, it just comes out of left field to me.
That's what I liked about it.
I guess we'll disagree.
Kept it fresh, you know? In
superhero
worlds, some random superheroes just show up. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. Oh, you know what we never talked about? Tommy.
Oh my god.
Because I was like, because they captured the Prometheus of Earth X, and they captured him, and he unmasked his fucking Tommy. And I went, holy shit, when I saw that was the first episode. And I go, yo.
No one was expecting that.
No, of course not.
Yeah, especially since the whole, because people were theorizing he was Prometheus, but it blew over, you know, once we found, you know, everyone just kind of forgot about it. It was like, oh, that was the last chance for them to bring Tommy back in any kind of conceivable way. It's done, you know? But this shit came out of left field.
That was cool.
And I love Josh Segarra, so I was actually really looking forward to this character being unmasked, because I'm like, yo, Josh Segarra killed it. Arguably one of the best performances in Arrow history, you know?
Yeah.
Acting-wise.
I love Tommy from season 1.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, but they just like, I mean, he just killed himself. I'm like,
which makes sense.
I mean, that's fine. Like, the actor does a lot of other shows, so he can't be there the whole damn time, but like, that they got him and kept it under wraps for so long.
I didn't see it in set photo.
I didn't see anything about that. Like, that was, and it's good, because it's probably like, it was probably done at the last minute.
It was also indoor, you know.
True.
They had someone else in that suit other time. You know what I mean?
That's true. So it was indoors, like you said, and it was only for a few minutes. He had a few lines, and that was
like
it.
literally a minute and a half.
Yeah, so it was just a few lines, and that was it. He kills himself.
But it was also impactful, I think. I don't think it was just a one-off. You know what I mean?
A lot of this was impactful, because like Harrison Wells coming back, seeing an evil Ollie, seeing Felicity show up. I mean, Felicity was always there, but like a different Felicity, and like a bad Kara and whatever. So it was just like interesting to see like those parallels. I'm like, okay, what would happen here? What would happen here?
And also weird because a bad Nazi Ollie was like not as Nazi as Supergirl, and
I thought they were gonna turn on each other.
Yeah.
It looked that way because Harrison Wells in the beginning was like, you know, he's not as strong as you or whatever it was, and I thought that was gonna play in later, and it doesn't.
I saw someone tweet. It was like, every time Nazi Oliver and Supergirl kiss, like, have a drink. It's like the crossover drinking game. And I was like, because we had gone out for drinks last night, and I was like, I'm way ahead of you. Like
they don't kiss that often, though.
It was so awkward. I'm sorry.
It felt awkward.
Yeah.
Like, especially the first time. I think by the end of it, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But, like, the first time they kissed...
they didn't look like they were enjoying it.
It looked like they were like 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Yeah.
They counted 3 and just go for it. It's
I
like,
guess
what?
maybe. You know what what was off-putting is that like, and we're doing it now. Is like Nazis are just casually like Nazi this, Nazi that. You know what I mean? It was like.
Oh, them just saying Nazi
Yeah,
all the time?
yeah, you know, it was just
I mean, I understand what they were doing.
Yeah.
There probably was an agenda with everything going on in the world.
Yeah.
They're just like, you know what, Nazism is bad. And like they put that point across.
They really did paint
it. It was like really crazy because like they go from like the homosexuals and the Jews and just anyone who was different. It was just like really like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And Felicity has Jewish heritage in the show, right?
That's why her and the rag guy, like, because they were both Jewish. I don't know if the actress is Jewish in real life, though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if she was. Like,
and
Ricard or whatever.
I love the captain, because, well, people who know the Ray is actually gay in the comics. Yeah. But...
and Leonard Snark was, like, his lover, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he gay in real life, Wentworth Miller?
I believe.
I think he is.
Bisexual or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. But, their relationship seemed more natural.
They were, like...
There was some sensual kissing.
That was some sensual kissing. I was just like...
I was like, oh, yeah.
Like, I don't think Alex and Sarah... Oh, they did kiss.
Theirs was more, like, drunkenly crazy,
yeah,
though,
like
you know?
that was more, what's that word? Damn, I'm tired. It was more like, not seduction, but like... Damn, what's that word?
I don't know.
It wasn't, like, sensual, but it was more like... I'm gonna just jump on you, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which is like, it makes sense because they were drunk, like you said, and just fucking horny or whatever. That's what they were. They were horny, and then Yeah, and like Supergirl, I mean, I think she wasn't called Supergirl. She was called like Ultra Girl or something like that.
Overgirl.
Overgirl? Mm-hmm. And then Bad Ollie, that was the worst kiss,
yeah,
obviously.
It was so bad.
And it went with Miller and the Ray. They kissed a lot, too. Anytime they had a chance, kiss. I'm like, okay.
I love it because if you're any kind of, like, not accepting, you know, or inclusive, you would just hate the crossover, and I love that. You know what I mean?
Just a whole thing of uncomfortability.
Like, you don't belong here to watch this. Like, just fucking go drown in your own terrible life. Like,
it's like, oh, you're a Nazi? You're not going to like this. Because we're killing Nazis.
And, like, honestly,
the whole time.
I think the Arrowverse has done such a good job of just being really representative and, like, really inclusive in a natural way that doesn't feel, like, forced. So I really like that about it, because it was just like, even the characters, you know, like Barry, Oliver, like they didn't react in any type of way when like any type of way that like that would insinuate that it wasn't normal for like Snart and like the Ray to be together. Yeah, no one was like, oh, you know what I mean? It was just like normal, like you would see Felicity and Oliver kissing around their friends. Like no one really even cared, which was great.
Yeah.
And everyone had to have been surprised, like, you know what I mean?
What
like,
do you mean? Like in...
Compared to, like, Snart and Earth-1 Snart, you know, was, like, a big ladies' man.
Yeah, they were like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I also love how it, like, defied stereotypes for, like, women, too, because then you hear, like, Heatwave was like, oh, you hit that? It's like White Canary.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you hit that?
Yeah.
Nice. It was funny because, like...
But you never hear any of the guys saying that to another guy. You know what I mean? Which I thought was cool, like that they flipped it like that.
Yeah, not in this crossover anyway. Yeah. There was, like you said, like a lot of representation, different races, women, a lot of women in this prominent roles. It was pretty good. Like, it was so enjoyable. I was just like, damn, like, this was so enjoyable. The way they did it, like, kudos to everybody who made that happen, because you have it on paper and this is how it's gonna be, but then executing it was like,
oh well, apparently the actors like they need to, like, I saw Stephen Amell on Twitter was like they need to rethink how they do the scheduling next year, because it was so crazy, like the scheduling and you know
the actual making it, you mean?
Right. Like they didn't, it was there's no way to plan for that. You're doing a regular TV show, it's like it's totally different doing something like this. It may as well have been a movie.
I think it helps because I feel like they all shoot in the same area.
Oh, of course.
They're all in Canada, I think. So.
But still, you know, people getting proper days off and all of that stuff. And
they need to have it planned out way ahead of time. Like, I feel like they need to know when they're going to do it so everyone could, like.
Yeah.
Like, it should be, like, I don't want to say, like, this should be, like, the mid-season finale, but, like, why not?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many episodes we have left until the mid-season finale, so. Like, if they were wrapped up in their own shows, had this crossover, and then go on break.
You mean, yeah. Or even do it, like, before they start the new season or something. You know what I mean? Like, first thing when they come back. Like, instead of starting on, like, the
That's hard, though.
One. Yeah, it is. Because everyone's not in their groove or something.
No, not even that. Because, like, if it's, like, 10 episodes, I mean, I don't know how many episodes we're in. 7? Into the season? 8?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, God forbid something happens.
Yeah. And
then continuity is so fucked up. Like, God forbid an actor died.
And,
or hurt. Or hurt. And, or just something happened. Like, they changed something. Because I feel like the scripts aren't done. Like, they're, like, 3 episodes ahead.
Yeah.
You can't be that many ahead, though. Because you don't know what's going on in the other shows.
Right.
So I think this is the only way you can do it. And, like, once you get a time, and you're like, I guess the script is the first thing. Like, okay, we're going to have Nazis show up. And then, like, okay, here's the premise. Let's see what everyone else, and then probably get the writers from the other shows and be like, okay, this is what we want to do. What do you have planned for up to this point?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, cool.
I also think that this crossover proved that you can make a mediocre villain like Nazis. We've seen it done so many times into something exciting. You know? Because people were apprehensive. It's like, oh, Earth X, Nazis, blah, 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 blah. We've seen this so many times. But they made it work in a really interesting way.
Because they made people bad guys, you know. I liked how they paired people off.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was just interesting. Another thing I will say, why did Barry let Eobard Thawne go again?
Oh, my God.
I saw that. I'm like,
are you fucking kidding me?
I'm like, kill him. Just kill him.
They're setting something up with that.
Not this year, though.
Yeah, but down the
line.
Yeah. Why wouldn't he kill him? I literally don't.
I mean, we wouldn't let him live, but Barry and his morals.
Oh, stop.
It's like, I'll go back in time and change everyone's lives, but I won't kill the guy who ruins everything.
I know.
I don't know.
And then him and Iris like hugging, like he's never gonna go away. Like, what are you gonna do? Wait till fucking?
It's like, we'll deal with
Oliver kills him. Like,
I forgot what he said. Like, he goes, "I'll see you later." I think Eobard said like, "See you later."
You won't recognize me or something.
Yeah, I wonder what face I'll have next time or whatever. I'm like, oh god. You know what Barry says though?
What?
I look forward to it. Some shit like that. I went, are you shitting me?
Yeah.
The guy's gonna kill somebody. He's gonna kill Joe.
Oh my god.
He killed your father. He killed this person. Oh, he didn't kill father. No.
I mean, basically, put him in jail forever.
That's true.
Yeah.
He ruined your life.
But would you ever thought 2012, first season of Arrow, that this is where that show would bring us?
No. Not in my wildest dreams. Mm-hmm. Like you only could do this sort of episode in like animated form. Mm-hmm. And they like pulled it off tremendously. You know, it was just so good. Everyone did their part. It was juggled really well. The main characters were there. Everyone understands that. The minor characters to the side for a bit. Mm-hmm. But they had their time to shine here and there, blah, blah, blah. And then boom.
Yeah.
It was really good. Like, they're going to have a hard time topping it next year.
I don't even know if it needs to be topped. It just needs to be replicated again. You know what
True.
I mean? Like,
I mean, you always want to strive to do better.
No commercials. They could top it. Like, that'd be the only...
They could only strive to do better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to strive to do better. So I want...
Maybe character development. You know, something more, because...
Different characters.
It also was a shame, like, the Ray's introduced, but, like, that's probably going to be the only time we're going to see him in live action.
Bring Black Lightning in.
That could do it, yeah.
Who else?
I'm hoping they leave Black Lightning out of the Arrowverse for a little.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
What bothered me also, going back, so the Ray and Leonard, Leo, are going back to their Earth, but he wants to stay.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I didn't get that. He's not even from that Earth.
He
like,
didn't really explain.
I thought the Ray would stay. That's his Earth. You know, I have some work to do here. Yeah, maybe they both stay.
End up, yeah.
On Legends or whatever. Nope.
I wonder what work he has to do. Like,
I'm like wondering, like, is this? It'd be crazy if he was the Earth One.
Well, Captain Cold is slated to appear on The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow.
He's definitely in Legends.
But then he announced that he's leaving the Arrowverse this season.
Gonna die again.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy if that was Earth One Snart somehow.
Yeah, and he like lied or something. But it seems like they've been in a relationship for a while.
Well, he couldn't have been there that long, the Ray.
How do you know?
I don't know. I have zero clue. But it made it seem like he wasn't there like his whole life.
Yeah.
Not even like, oh, we just met like 7 months ago.
Seems like he was somehow like stranded there or something.
Yeah, like I felt like he just got there and then they met.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because that part made no sense to me.
Yeah, I didn't.
Where he was just like, you know, I want to stay. Is that okay?
Yeah.
It's like, why?
Yeah.
Okay, sure, bye. It's like.
Well, you know what is cool though? It is cool because like Citizen Cold is like a Flashpoint thing. Mm-hmm. You know, like and to have Citizen Cold is kind of cool.
That's not who he is.
And Flashpoint, yeah.
This version.
Yeah, his name is Citizen Cold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a cool nod.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. That was so weird to me. It's just like, yeah, we're together. We almost died.
Yeah.
And like, okay, I'm going back, but not without, I'm staying.
Not yet. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll meet you later. What? Why? You could die. Why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Maybe he wants to kind of spend time with Heatwave or whatever.
I have no idea. I don't know. Like, I'm just curious.
Yeah. That's an epic duo. I can't believe they lasted 2 shows. Prison Break now.
Yeah, that's true.
It's crazy.
I guess they just have good chemistry together.
Yeah. And on their own, I think. That's the thing, too.
Especially, like, I knew Wentworth Miller could hold his own. Mm-hmm. The other guy whose name I can't...
Dominic Purcell.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
He actually does really well. I mean, he's in a group setting again, but he's pretty good. Like, he's really good, like, at what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy his character a lot.
Yeah. He's great on Legends, too. It seems like he actually got more time in crossover than he normally does on Legends.
Nice.
Yeah, because he's always like sitting in the background and it's pretty much doing the same thing, getting drunk.
It's hard because like he's like, I'm a guy who shoots fire from a gun.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all he is. It's like, okay, I mean, he's like a thief.
Yeah.
And like a strong guy, but like he's not a smart guy. He's not techie guy. So.
Well, remember he was Kronos for a while.
That's true.
Yeah, he is smarter than he leads on for sure. Because he's definitely got the legends out of a jam before. So yeah, I like his character. I wonder if they're gonna keep him around though. He seemed a little bit like he's kind of maybe
on the way out too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's been on that show for the whole time.
Yeah,
3 years
I
now.
mean, it's been they've come a long way since The Flash season 1. It's crazy.
It feels like just yesterday.
I know. But yeah. So how does it end? It ends with what?
Oh, so now they're just Iris and Barry are like, let's just get married.
Oh yeah, that we already talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just get married and. How can we do this? Or do we have to be here? We have to be in the city or something. So
Dig comes along.
So Barry grabs him, and he throws up going, call back to all the times he's done it before, and he's ordained apparently, and it's like, okay, I'll just marry you too. I will say this when he's like, Barry's a dick. I don't think he's intentionally a dick. He goes, do you guys have vows or do I just want to do the thing? And then Iris is like, no, we have vows. So she brings out a paper. Yeah, I wrote down my vows. But if Barry wants to go first, they go, oh, I don't need to write them down.
Well, he was like, I already said them at the,
No, but the way, I forgot the wording, but I remember sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he literally says something along the lines of like, oh no, I don't need to write down my vows.
What was funny was the initial conversation between Oliver and Barry, like at the way beginning, and Oliver was like, "Well, why don't?" Barry's like, "I have 36 pages," and Oliver's like, "Well, why don't you just speed read it?" And he genuinely goes, "Oh no, nobody would understand me."
I missed that part.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a callback to that then.
Maybe.
Well, I don't need to write it down.
Yeah.
And because Oliver very like
Oliver was like, "You'll look in her eyes and you'll know what to say" or something.
Maybe that's what it was. Cause it came off very pretentious. Oh, I didn't write it down. After she pulls it out, yeah, I wrote it down. I don't need to write mine down.
Well, he does think at like 500 times the speed.
I guess his memory must be really good. So anyway, they do their vows. Very sweet, lovey-dovey. That's when Felicity like, oh, we should just get married too while we're here. I'm like, really? And then Ollie's like, wait, what?
Do you think that's gonna be good for the show that they're married?
My feelings on Felicity. I don't want them to be together personally.
Yeah.
But like, whatever. like I don't care. Like I don't mind the character. The character's fine. But like, I guess I'm just a purist. Where it's just like Green Arrow needs to be with Black Arrow.
It's like I don't care about that, but like their fucking like relationship and the vibe on the show was finally getting back to like good, Like I agree with Felicity. Like it's fine the way it is. The relationship was great as is with the William thing, and now that it's married, it's like really.
I mean, I think Ollie brings it up too. Is like the next step. It's like, what do you do where do you go from there?
Yeah.
You just stay that way.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you like. There has to be another step.
Moving in.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, she moves in. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. I don't like.
Yeah, is she gonna move in now?
She is now. I guess they're married.
Well, maybe not necessarily. It's been, it's an untraditional show. We could, maybe.
I have my own place. You have your own. Like we would sleep in separate beds.
Well, I guess Felicity could turn the old loft into. By the way, Arrow's new place, is it like a fucking cave? You notice all the walls are like gray and shit? And, like William's room doesn't have
no
windows. I'm like, what? Thank you.
Kid,
I'm like, yo, like where are you? Like underground? Like what the fuck? But I bet Felicity's old place will be turned into her and Curtis's
business place. Yeah. You might as well. It's a nice place.
Yeah, it is. I wish I had that place.
Oh, another thing. Thea's back.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Wait, wasn't that last episode or no?
No, that was in the second or third episode.
I thought it was we learned that before the crossover.
You think so?
I thought it was the last Arrow episode.
Oh, you might be right. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. I don't know why it came into my mind. I don't know why. Anyway.
They should have had an evil Red Arrow or Arsenal or something.
Maybe that could have been Prometheus. That would have been cool.
That would have been cool too. Yeah. But Tommy turned out good. So.
Oh yeah. Jesse was like, "Oh, thanks for doing the solid of showing up."
Yeah. I would have liked to see John Barrowman again too.
Nah,
you know how I feel about John Barrowman. So.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good for a while.
But anyhow,
great.
I think that's it. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I think.
Yeah, that was
honestly,
like.
I really can't think of anything else.
That was like so good. It was just.
But I think it's the best episodes of Arrow of any kind of DC TV ever. I think.
Like I can't even you can't I know they said okay, this is Supergirl, Arrow, Flash.
You can't differentiate.
No, they're just I don't even consider them anything. They're just their own little special. Mm-hmm. And that's how you should.
Yeah.
Consume it.
Even if you don't watch the shows, watch it because it's great.
Yeah, because you don't feel lost. I mean, some of it, like the Tommy thing, and a lot of it will be lost on you.
But you still get the gist.
You get the whole gist of the plot, but like little nudges here and there, or like if you're following the show, you get that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. 10 out. I love the Ray. I wish she would be more live action more, but it doesn't seem like.
I didn't like his helmet. I remember. I think they were like all like when Ollie was giving his speech and they were all there and he was there. The thing looked so tight on him.
You're so weird sometimes.
I'm weird.
I didn't like his helmet. Like really.
I know. I just didn't like the helmet.
What,
like it was funny because in some shots it looked good and then in some shots it doesn't. Like it looks too tight.
I'll make sure to look out for that on the second watch, Phil. The tight helmet. Yeah.
You know, I'm telling you, that one part bothered me. I was just like, oh, it looks bad.
That's too funny.
When Ollie does his speech.
His costume was a little, but
I mean, it's just like the comics.
Jacket. Yeah,
to cut the jacket, like whatever. Like it's cool, it's fine.
Yeah. But
whatever.
Anyhow, all right. Well, that's it.
Yep.
Go watch it. It's awesome.
It is very good. I think all of it's online for free right now. So.
It really, and that's the most impressive thing, honestly. It's fucking free. You don't have to pay $15.
CW app or whatever it's called.
Crazy.
Just go watch those now.
Mm-hmm.
Watch them now.
All right. Bye, guys.
Later.